So for him, he was like, whatever you pursue, he's like, I don't care what you pursue.
Run with it.
Just whatever you do, like be 100% committed to it and do it and become the absolute best at it. And so growing up, I never thought of career the same way other kids thought about it, because for me, I had a completely blank slate.
Wow. Kanjii, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another session of the Playhouse. Let me tell you guys, this one I've been waiting for it 7 years deep. 7 perfection. No, but for real, I've been waiting and asking about this CTA for a very long time.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that I get to curate this. Honestly speaking, normally I say this is going to be one of the best, and normally the CTAs are good when I say that. Hands down, this is the best CTA you've ever watched.
Come on.
This is the best CTA I've ever done.
Come on.
This is a CTA that is going to be so foundational, not just in the music industry, not just in the church, but beyond. This is a CTA that's not only going to be fundamental within Nairobi City, within Kenya, within Africa, but global.
Yes, sir.
If you've never watched a CTA, that is all nice and dandy. But this one you have to watch. This one you have to share. This one you have to watch over and over and over and over and over again. Because you're going to get a lot of historical understanding. You're going to get a lot of insights. You're going to be educated in ways that you didn't even think possible. The man that is on the seat I have known for over 20 years. In fact, let me say, CTA would not exist if it wasn't for this guy. CTA exists because of Kanjii Mbugua. Let me say that again. CTA, the platform that you are currently watching, exists because of Kanjii. If Kanjii did not exist, CTA would not exist. So this is a very, very fundamental CTA. If it's music, we are going to be talking about it. And I'm talking about the history of the gospel music industry. If it's music, we're going to be talking about it. And I'm talking about all sides of music: jazz, Afrofusion, worship. You're going to get the understanding here. You're going to understand about business. You're going to understand about the ad world. You're going to understand about relocating. What does it mean to do international tours? Talking about international tours, currently we are all the way in Egypt. Cairo, Egypt. We made a deal with Kanjii that we're not going to shoot his CTA in Kenya. But little did we know that we were going to be shooting it in Cairo. I thought it was going to be the States, guys. I had plans. But funny. My intro is not doing justice, but this one I have to say. Kanjii, you are my brother.
Yeah.
You are my mentor. You're my friend. You're a father figure. And I am because of you.
Oh, wow.
So for me, I am super honored to give you your flowers right now. And I still have breath, even though my voice is attempting to go.
For sure.
And that's because of the praise that we've been doing.
All of us, man.
All of us. Even I so.
Hey.
So, enough with the intro, although I've not done enough justice, but then your story is going to do the justice. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dudes and dudettes, people from all across the world, put your hands together for none other than Kanjii Mbugua. Oh, by the way, I'm with Aizo.
In case you're wondering who that was.
You know, Kanjii, the way you told me you'll show me the world.
Yeah.
I told Aizo.
You told Aizo.
I'll show you the world.
Aizo, bana.
And I've kept my promise.
We've been to places, man. That's so cool.
Kanjii, welcome to CTA.
Thank you, man. Sorry, my voice is very froggy today.
It's all good. It's all good. At least you're talking.
Yeah, man. It's been a wild one.
It's been a crazy 10 days.
10 days, yeah.
So I want to explain to you what we're doing in Egypt, but I'm going to explain to you guys in such an exciting way. At the end of every episode, I'm going to put in like a mini documentary of our time here.
Yeah.
We've been here for 8 days, although the rest of the crew are here for 10 days.
Yeah.
And so you're going to get to experience what it is that has brought us to Egypt. And I promise you, it is phenomenal. So by the time we're talking about it, you'd have a lot more context.
Cool, for sure.
Kanjii, I've talked a lot.
Yeah, man.
Excited?
Yeah, I'm excited. Let's go.
Let's go. I only come to this platform with one question, and the
Yeah.
question is,
Yes.
when and where were you born?
Dude, man, Nairobi Hospital, July 31st, 1978, as the last born of my mom. Yeah. Like, yeah, there's still, people born in the 70s are still alive. Yes. We're still here.
1878.
Damn!
That's funny.
Yeah, man.
You're the last born of
Of my mom, yeah.
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 What? How many siblings are you?
So it's two siblings. My firstborn, Kanjii, who famous tennis player, and then Muthoni is our middleborn, and then myself, and then I've got a half sister, McKenna, who's from my dad's side. Yeah.
Okay. So
I guess half sister can only be from your dad's side.
yeah.
Can it?
No, it can be from
No,
both.
it can be from your mom's side.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it can
it
be
can.
from
Yeah,
both.
literally, yeah.
So give me where, and tell me about your earliest childhood memories.
So, my earliest childhood, that's such a good question. My earliest childhood memory would be, I remember kindergarten. Kindergarten is my first childhood memory. Yeah. So, and I went to St. Francis Xavier, which is, it's still there. It's still there in Nairobi. And the recurring memory I have, I don't know if this happened many times or if it just happened once, but I remember being picked up by someone from my dad's office, and he used to pick, I guess it was a messenger, and pick us up in his piki, and it would be me on the front with the handlebars, then him, then my sis Mudo, and then someone else on the back. So four of us would be on the bike.
Boda
Before borders, man. So that's like one of my earliest memories. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to. You come from a bit of a famous family, in terms of hands down, your dad has played a very pivotal role in this country.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
a lot of people may not know that. So I want you to explain to me your homestead in terms of your dad and mom.
Yeah.
So that I can understand the context in which you were raised up in.
Yeah. So my dad and mom. So I grew up in a Christian home, whatever that means, and my parents were both believers, and my dad had started his career in science. He was a pharmacist, and worked in Sibagaigi, and somewhere in the middle of, actually, how he tells the story is, he wins like at the Salesman of the Year award, wins a trip to Coast, and in the Coast ends up at one of the Alliance hotels, and that's where he gets to meet Matiba briefly, and that kind of starts a different mind and thought process for him, and he shifts and decides he doesn't want to be in the pharmaceutical business.
Wow.
And his gift is writing, so he goes back to school to become a writer, so growing up, like, there's this fluidity that he has, that I think all of us have, which is like, we've all had, all of us have had like interesting career, like things happen, all the kids.
So you and your two sisters.
Yeah, for sure. So, and then my mom, is steady Eddie. She's a pillar. She's very extremely consistent. So I think we had a nice mix of worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it like growing up in your home? Now, between you, your siblings, you're the only boy.
I'm the only
you're
boy, last
boy,
born.
yeah.
Yeah. So even maybe to go a bit back, before I tell you what life was like, so my birth story is quite interesting. So, so my mom, they had two girls, and us guys were family planned to the T. Yani, we're 2 years apart, May, June, July.
Yeah.
Our birthdays.
Yeah.
It was the planning was excessive. And my mom had my two sisters were my first sister was cesarean born. So I don't know if it's the same now, but those days there was a maximum of kids that you could have if you are cesarean.
In fact, it's the same these days.
It's the same, eh?
Yeah.
So anyway, so my two sisters, my mom is pregnant with me, and then my mom goes to a prayer meeting, and it's a prayer meeting with different guys, and they're praying, and when they're praying, there was a Canadian pastor there, who starts prophesying. And so in these days, you can't tell the gender of a baby, right? In the 70s, right? So, so he tells her, "You're gonna have a son."
Wow.
And then he gives her the name, and says, "You're to call that guy Karanja."
Wow.
And so that's how I ended up with a name that's not in my family. You know how Kikuyus name a certain way,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So my name, like you're Junior, right?
Yes. No, why are you telling everyone?
Because I know. Right? So the Kikuyu tribe, and a lot of African tribes, right? You have a certain naming pattern, right? Where firstborn son is named. We name after people,
Yes,
right?
yes.
I'm not named after anyone.
It's just...
So that name was given to my mom when she was pregnant and said, "You're going to have a son, and the name you're meant to give him is Karanja."
So on your ID, what are your names?
Kanjii Mbugua. That's it.
That's insane.
That's it. So
where does Kanjii come from?
So Kanjii is, so my sister is called Wanjiro, my firstborn sister.
Yes.
And her nickname was Wanji. Now Wanji and I were very tight, and I used to follow her around. So somehow, I don't know who started it, but they started calling me Kanjii, like a small Wanji.
Oh.
So that's how I got my name.
Have you ever heard of anyone else called Kanjii?
Now I do. So now there are guys who are named Kanjii.
After you.
And they came after me. For sure. Like, and there's one of them who got pretty famous. There's like a DJ called DJ Kanjii, who started doing like my 3 mixtapes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, kudos to you, by the way, dude, because I can't remember, a while ago, I met someone and introduced myself, and he said, "The DJ." I was like, come on, man.
Dude, I know your life so well, though you had a wannabe stunt to be a DJ.
I did. So I could have said yes. So anyway, so now your question was about my my upbringing.
Yeah.
So one of the things that was interesting about me as a kid, my parents told me this story. Like they've told me throughout my childhood, right? And they didn't like retell it, but they told it, right? And because of that, that story marked me, like crazy. So I understood myself to be a child. And he said, "You have to call him Karanja, and he's going to do the Lord's work."
Wow.
Okay?
Wow.
So growing up, I had a sense of destiny, right? Because I've been told a story. It sounded like a Bible story to me. Because when I'm reading the Bible, I'm like, oh, so-and-so appeared and told, "You're going to have a son, call him this," or whatever, right? And so I was like, as a child, I had a sense of destiny. Like, there's something I'm destined to do, right? Because some guy came and said, so I didn't know what that was. I didn't have understanding of the world to figure that out. So as a kid, I thought I was going to become a pastor, a preacher.
From like what age?
From young, dude. As soon as I understood this story, so maybe I'm saying maybe 7.
Wow.
So I thought I was going to become a pastor. I don't know any pastors. My dad would preach occasionally, when we go to shags or whatever, and, he'd be invited to speak in places, but I didn't know like any preachers in that sense.
And at this time, have you experienced God? By the time you're already saying...
No, not at all.
So you've not experienced God, but you're saying you want to be a pastor?
Yeah. Because in my mind, my life is I have a destiny. I was told I'm going to do God's work.
Wow.
So, I don't know what that means. So, so as a kid, I remember even one time asking my mzee if he could build me a pulpit so that I can start prakoing for my future.
That's crazy.
And I'm sure my mzee was like, what's wrong with this fella?
Become a writer.
Yeah. So anyway, so growing up, I did have this sense of destiny, which I still carry to this day. Like my life was marked by that prophecy, and it keeps on playing in my head like every so often.
Wow.
Yeah. So growing up, but then I was a naughty kid, very naughty,
Yeah.
very energetic.
Very last born.
Very last born. So even to this day, I like to think of myself as carefree, but my wife says you're careless. And when we got married, she thought I was carefree.
That's funny.
Yeah. But for sure, I lived the whole last born, feel nothing, responsible for nothing. Just good times, great hits and good times.
So, where are you guys at this time? You're in Nairobi.
So we're in Nairobi. So the first few years of my life were in the States because my dad went back to school, and he went to school in the States.
So you guys.
So our whole family relocated when I was less than 1.
Yeah.
Moved to the States for the 4 years or however long it was, and then now we came back.
But do you remember anything in the States?
No.
You don't. You're too young.
It's only photos. Yeah, I was too young because I was like, I learned how to walk in the States.
Yeah.
Yeah. And but my sister did her kindergarten in Stato.
Yeah.
Both of them.
First of all, that's major.
Yeah.
I need to say this. At that time, if the mzee, if the patriot of the house is leaving,
Yeah.
is going for education,
Yeah.
he doesn't go with the family.
Yeah. He just goes.
He goes.
Yeah.
He goes. I mean, look at Obama's dad.
Yeah.
That's and what do you call this thing? The flight. Those
Yeah. The tomboya.
Yeah.
Whatever's. Yeah.
It's not. It wasn't common for families to up and go.
Yeah. It wasn't.
And then up and go, and then also come back.
And then come back. Yeah. And his story about coming back is pretty cool, because a lot of guys were like, "Hey, you've reached Stato, Bana. You're here, man." And for him, he was just like, "Nah, man. I like home. Kenya is where I need to go.
I'm here to get the education."
Yeah. So people, he was going the opposite direction of most people. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, that's hey, you get to learn people. The tagline on CT is, you truly never know people until you take the time out to get to know people.
Yeah.
I've known none of this.
Yeah, it's true, eh?
Yeah. So you come back and you start kindergarten here, or class 1. No, kindergarten, you're still 4.
So I'm young. So I got to kindergarten. Yeah.
And where are you living now at this time?
So when we moved, I'd like to say Zimmerman. Yeah, I think Zimmerman was where we first lived. My sisters might correct me, my parents. But I think Zimmerman is where we first lived. And my dad comes and picks a job, and even he's picking of a job. So there are all these stories, and that's what happens with your parents, and especially for boys, their fathers, right? Is you're observing, right? And there are stories that you hear that also start shaping how you view the world and how you think. So he was very purpose driven and very, I need to do something meaningful. So his story when he came from the States, you know, with a journalism degree, communications, he's ready to now get into the working world, and he had a series of job offers. And if I'm not wrong, I think the number was 10.
What?
And I think one of them was like World Vision country director, and so there were different things.
What?
So for him, he was like, "Hey, Maze, I don't really know what to choose." So he created a job decision committee that was headed off by the late and great James Mageria. So he was the chairman of the committee.
When you say job committee, he's called people
He's called
to help him make a decision.
Help me make a decision. Yeah, help me make a decision. And he ended up picking the lowest paying job out of the 10. But that job was to become the editor-in-chief of a brand new magazine that was put out by, I think, the NCCK, called Step Magazine. And he was like, this is the one that will fulfill what the things I want to do.
What?
So, but it was the lowest paying job. So when you hear stories like that, like this, they kind of shape you,
Yeah.
You're like, oh, okay, so pursuit of money is not, okay, cool. That's something that gets stored in your soul somewhere, yeah. So that story, I really loved that story. Like,
And when is he telling you this? As it's happening?
No. I mean, now I'm a baby, so I only know about this later.
Yeah.
So I'm knowing about this maybe in my 20s.
But was your relationship with your dad one where he was like this open?
I think as open as, very open for his generation, right? Yeah, definitely very open for his generation. But it's different from us guys. My generation.
Us?
Yeah. It's different, right?
Okay.
Like, yeah, but he was definitely super, super open-minded for his generation.
I know he does. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, even I'm hearing the decisions he's making, they're all sounding against the grain.
Yeah, for sure.
You get,
For
so
sure.
I was trying to wonder from a parenting perspective, was your relationship on that end? What was that relationship like with your dad? Or was he on the grind?
Yeah, he was on the grind, but we had a really good relationship.
Okay.
So Saturdays, for example, pretty much every Saturday that I can remember, he'd take us out that's where I got my love for sports. So every Saturday, and he'd be the one who'd take us because he'd be there with us. We'd go play tennis, we'd hit the pool, we would hang out, eat chips at YMCA.
Okay.
And then come back, like that was like every Saturday.
Okay.
So he was very involved, and he'd get in the pool with us. We'd be playing tennis together. So he was very involved in that way.
That's not normal, eh?
Yeah, it wasn't normal.
Yeah.
Not for any generation, but especially for his generation. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why I'm asking this question, because even when I look at your elder sis 1G, the path that she has taken to get to more or less CEO of the Olympic Committee.
Yeah.
I mean, tennis.
Yeah.
And what she's done in that field.
Yeah.
She's foundational when it comes to tennis in Kenya and also Africa.
For sure.
That is not a conventional path, career path.
Yeah.
That is acceptable. And then now you guys are doing this from such an early age.
Yeah.
But then when I hear your dad, even him, he got off that conventional path.
He did, for sure. So he's the one who opened up our eyes to live your life in an uncommon way, but not for uncommon sake, but for the sake of you pursuing the whatever unique things that God has given you.
Wow.
You know? So it's not just different just for the sake of being different. It's like all of us have been created with something unique, and you dig and try and find that out. So my dad used to quote this JFK passage. I think it was a quote from JFK's dad, John F. Kennedy. I think it was his dad who quoted this, and he would tell them, I don't care what you do. What I care is, even if you become a ditch digger, become the best ditch digger in the world. So for him, he was like, whatever you pursue, he's like, I don't care what you pursue.
Run with it.
Just whatever you do, like be 100% committed to it and do it and become the absolute best at it. And so growing up, I never thought of career the same way other kids thought about it, because for me, I had a completely blank slate.
Wow.
In my mind, I was just like, you know, I toyed with different things. So I was like, when I was young, I thought I was going to be a pastor. Then at some point, I was like, that thing kind of died out. And then at some point, I thought I was going to be a psychologist. At some point, I thought I was going to be a marketer.
Wow. And you had the freedom to explore those worlds.
I had the freedom to explore whatever it was.
Okay, so when do you go to primary school?
So Primo, I go to, I started Muthaiga Primary. So at this point, so we moved, maybe just slight backstory. So so we lived in Zimmerman, and that's where there was such a funny story. I don't know if it's still there, but it was like the goats in Zimmerman are so hardcore. They dish plastic. They can eat plastic by itself. And see a thing chewing a plastic paper bag, it's not even trying to get the juices in. Just
the paper bag.
The paper bag is good for me. That's how hardcore that gomogo. Anyway, so and then from there, my mom is at this point my mom was what are they called, psychiatric nurse or something like that. So she ends up running the school, the mental health school at Mathare.
Whoa.
So us guys lived in Mathare, like inside the staff quarters, and like I remember, like my memory that keeps on recurring is nighttime hearing guys yelling and screaming, and just mentally unstable guys, like just expressing themselves. And so that's like something that I hear,
Wow.
So that was scary.
And how long are you there?
I don't know timelines.
Okay.
So anyway, so from there we moved to kind of like Ridgeways area. And at that point now I'm going to Muthaiga, so that was a school that was near.
Okay. Muthaiga kindergarten or primary?
Muthaiga Primary.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm from St. Francis Xavier to Muthaiga Primary.
Okay.
So Muthaiga Primary, I'm there until class 4.
And how was that?
That was cool. That was good. That was good times. Like my maybe my primary memory from that season was so I've always interacted with older kids, and I've always been comfortable with people who are older than me.
Because of your siblings, probably.
Yeah, I guess it's the siblings, and so you'd always find me with the older kids, and so some of the older kids, taught me how to break dance, and my kind of like my memory is me break dancing and doing the warm at prize giving day or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. Like that's kind of like the memory that I have from there.
But if you're talking breakdance, that's the era of that movie, Breakdance.
Yeah. Shabadoo.
Hey, that's a guy.
So anyway, so that's a pretty awesome time, you know, because it's that class 1 to class 4 is just good times, man. You know.
But music hasn't started becoming a factor.
So music, when we were going to YMCA for the day, music was part of the agenda. So we do music classes, then you do your tennis lesson, then you go and enjoy swimming time.
So music classes, what to do? Piano?
So I started with piano. So
Okay.
I'll do piano, and then a bit later on, my dad got us like a guy who would come to our house, called Lubembe, who was a pretty well-known like Congolese musician, and so he'd come to our digs every Saturday or whatever, and I'd do my voice lesson.
You're doing voice lesson. Hold on. You know, first and foremost, your dad was forward. Forward and
He was.
and intentional.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
The guy is like, and it's intentional with the unconventional things of the day.
Yeah.
So it's a time like that, a parent should be putting you for tuition and
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Go learn some
Yeah.
some math homework.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
also, rightfully so, because education at that time was the key to getting a good job.
It was.
So I'm in awe of, he's not a musician, but he's throwing you guys into this world.
Yeah.
Into this world of sports, into this world of
Yeah, and
the
his whole,
arts.
and his whole theory on that was because I once asked him, and he was like, for me it was almost a journey of discovery. So if you try different things, there's something that will stir your soul, and you're like, oh, that's your thing, you know. So for Wanji, it was tennis for sure. That's what stirred her soul.
Wow. And he landed on it.
Yeah.
It worked.
Yep. For me, it was music.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And your other sis, your middle sis?
So our other sis is the academician. She's the one who books made sense.
She got it all. She got it all.
Sorry, Wanji. Lakini you and I in the same boat.
Actually, you're both in the canoe.
Yeah,
behind.
we're both, yeah, literally. Yeah.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, so the picture's becoming very clear. Your mom sounds just very solid.
Yeah, my mom needed to be that.
Yes.
Because my old man is a whirlwind.
Yes.
And so she was just the stability, like, you know, faithful, steady, run a very tight ship. Us guys, 8 p.m. we would be in bed. 8 p.m. I mean, to this day, Wanji sleeps at 8. Like 8 p.m. she's mahututi. She's like
I'm out.
yeah. I'll push it till 8:45. But 9, she's not pitying 9 before she sleeps. You
And
know.
at 5 a.m. she's noisy.
Yeah, exactly.
On the tennis court.
Exactly. And even me, I'm an early to bed guy.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, my mom was like, you know,
Tight.
so even growing up, like, some pretty interesting things happened in our childhood that also, I think, helped shape who we are. So a couple of them that I'm thinking of right now is one, we didn't have a TV growing up.
But your dad's in media.
Yeah, we didn't have a TV. So we had a TV, and then the TV got spoiled. And I think he was like, this is the gift. So he didn't fix it. But that's where we all got our love for reading. Because the only thing you could do for entertainment was read.
Wow.
But him invested. So we had a library in our digs. Like Richie, a library that had been, we had library cards. Like the library was like a librarian had come and planned the books.
No way.
Yeah. There was a room that was like, it was a library. Like the books were tagged, they were numbered, they were the whole works. So
Wow.
so that was so we all got our love for all of us are voracious readers. Like
Voracious. The readers.
yeah. Like we read like crazy. Like like, dude, I had older siblings, so I was reading stuff that was more mature, right?
When
So
Hardy Boys.
So for example, when you guys were reading Hardy Boys, me, I was reading Meals and Boons.
Wow.
Okay?
Wow.
Because my sisters were, Wanji was 4 years older than me.
Yeah.
And so I'd pick her book and I'd start reading it.
Wow.
When I was 10 years old, my dad bought me, for my 10th birthday, he bought me a Robert Ludlum.
Wow. Wow.
That's like
Yeah.
that's like a 20-year-old reading, like, because this is espionage. I'm reading
Yes. It's like a John
spies and espionage
Yeah.
and whatnot and you know and so on. And that was my 10th
But you're
birthday
10.
present. That was my 10th birthday present. So
Wow.
so
You read.
So yeah. So we read.
Hey, you read.
So yeah. So I read a lot.
And and what about the world of encyclopedias and things like that? Or you're more in the fictional?
I love storytelling. So
Okay.
and to this day I still do.
Okay.
So I didn't read for
Education.
I didn't read for education. I read for adventure, to take my mind somewhere that it's not.
Wow.
Right.
What you said is powerful. I like that you read for. With my kids, I'm trying to always get them to read for education.
Yeah.
But I'm hearing you say you read for adventure.
Yeah. A book takes you somewhere where you're not, man. You
Wow.
are a general in an army now, and you're fighting a war, or you're in a jungle exploring something that has never been found, or a book takes you somewhere.
Let me ask you in retrospect, because we're entering this whole digital era. I was in Sweden the other day, and Sweden have brought back libraries.
Yeah.
Actually made it compulsory in the education system.
Yeah.
for kids to read.
Yeah.
Now in retrospect, what can you say those books did for you?
Oh man, they opened my mind like crazy. Yeah. Yeah, they opened my mind like crazy. My mind is so divergent, like, I can very, very quickly connect dots of things that don't connect. Yeah. And I remember when I read this quote from Steve Jobs, and it helped me make sense of my mind and how my mind works. And he said, creativity for him, he's come to discover, is the ability to connect dots of things that don't necessarily connect.
Oh, wow.
So for example, I can be reading a spy novel, right? I can have a conversation with Richie about politics. I can watch a documentary on Formula One, and I can be at the seaside looking at whales or dolphins.
Yeah.
And all those things combine for something. And you're like, oh my God.
Wow.
And so it's things that don't connecting, right? So I think that books help you do that. Because you're just building a library of
Oh my God.
just things, of man, that was an inspirational speech that general gave his army. Okay, cool. That was this person's like key motivation for their life, for this story, was his relationship with his dad. Okay, cool. And all of those things are in your head, and they'll find at the right time, in the right environment, you'll be pulling from something that's just in the recesses of your mind. Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, books are powerful.
What's also so powerful with what you've said, it then, when all those things connect in such a unique way, it triggers pioneering.
Yeah.
It triggers you to be able to do that which has not been done.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which is your story.
Yeah.
Your life story, including us being in Egypt now.
Yeah, for sure.
Is there's no one else who's done this before.
Yeah.
But you're doing it like somebody else has.
Yeah.
Or you're doing it very comfortably.
Yeah.
Oh, that's powerful.
It's literally that. And so I think that environment growing up and the TV breaking down was one of the greatest gifts we had. And then my mom being extremely disciplined. Yeah. So even when we got a TV, when we eventually got a TV, like the TV time was so kidogo. So for example, here's a funny story. I don't remember I think you're not old enough to have seen Dallas. The
Bro, I was. What?
So
Was that
Dallas, yeah. So Dallas, I don't know. So I know the name Dallas, but now here's where the story gets interesting. So Dallas was the rage of our time growing up. Okay, I've never seen an episode of Dallas. Never, because it came after bedtime.
Actually, even me, I've never, to be honest. But I know I've heard
But you know about Dallas,
yes,
right?
I know about it.
So
yes.
it was a big deal, yeah. So guys now at school we'll be talking about what happened in Dallas, right?
Wow.
So you guys and I didn't know, and I'm trying to fit in, or trying to be in the
Conversation.
with the conversation. So I'd come hear your story. What happened? Here another couple of guys. I'm in the store. Yeah, Dallas. Yeah, banamaze. Hey, Bobby. Boss, I can't tell Bobby from a line of Bobbies. You know.
But there's this thing that you're saying though. You know, so for me, I pick nuggets within everything, and I try and milk them for what they are.
For sure.
Because of the different audiences of people watching this.
Yeah.
A creative on their own is absolutely wonderful, but it's absolutely chaos without the discipline.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
One of the things that you have had is very weird. In fact, I think you taught this to me just by observing you. You're the perfect mix between a disciplined, hardworking creative, where you then control the creativity, and the creativity doesn't control you.
Yeah.
For example, it's time to do a song.
Yeah.
It's not about us not being creative.
Yeah.
We've decided it's time to do a song,
it's time to be creative.
But why I've brought that up is because of that's the household you're growing up in. It's allowing you to thrive in both worlds.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, let's go.
For sure. That's a great insight, Pichi. Yeah.
Okay, let's take a break. When we come back, we take it from class 5.
Okay, perfect.